Right, so what I got you here, Adam, here in beautiful Bali. I wanted to ask you about, obviously talk to you about Taiji. Makes sense to have a chat with you about it, get some more information out there for people. And I wanted to look at this concept of transmission a little bit. So kind of maybe first I could outline my sort of view of what I think about transmission. Go for it. I think the nature, and you can either disagree or not, sort of the nature of learning Tai Chi is obviously very different from learning a subject. Say you want to learn history, economics, geography, something like that. That is maybe what most people are more familiar with in the West, the sort of nature of learning, where you read a book, have some instructions through parlance and conversation.
It's mainly intellectual.
Level. You develop a memory, really, isn't it? You're memorizing things until you become au fait with it. And then the other side, you've got something physical like football or something simple, learning to use the equipment in a gym.
Or ride a bike.
Yeah, something like that. Done through repetition, but again, sort of passed on maybe visually or something like that.
Yeah, monkey see, monkey do, then practice.
Yes. Yeah. But then you've got Tai Chi, which is different, right? And associated arts, of course, because we talk about transmitting the art from teacher to student rather than teaching the art to teacher and student, or already we should say that.
Well, you need to do both, I guess.
Well, I wondered if you could maybe give us your view on what you think transmission is, or there's a few layers.
Well, it's not teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Teaching is obviously explaining what to do and showing what to do. That's teaching. Transmission would be filling the space or the person with the chi, with the information in it, at one level, and at another level it would be touch, pushing hands, letting them feel it, doing it to them enough times until their nervous system can start to replicate what you're doing.
Sure.
And then also, obviously, the intellectual part.
So how do you, what would you assign, because obviously teaching, what you would call standard teaching, is still a part of learning something like Tai Chi. Has to be there as well. Especially, these days, because people are also learning online or
well, that's teaching.
Teaching.
Yeah, that's not transmitting.
So how would you separate the required level, maybe, should we say, for a student, if there is any, between sort of learning or stages of your practice, maybe?
You mean when would they receive teaching and when would they receive transmission?
Yeah, if there's any difference in sort of requirements, do people have to be at a certain level, or do you think they have to serve their time learning, or nothing like that at all?
I would call it serving their time learning and having the correct character and having maybe enough potential to receive. Not everyone can receive transmission equally, definitely not.
There's definitely differences, isn't there?
Yeah. So I guess there's a receptivity, there's an openness, there's a ability to read the chi. You need some chi. Yeah.
So then the difference between, you've got if I take the two that you talked about there, we throw learning out the way for a minute. I think people are familiar with that. The two you talked about is the nervous system at touch quality, through facial, things like that.
Like feeding the jinn.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the other side, we're filling the space with chi. Maybe we should break those two down, because I think people maybe have an idea of those, but actually, they're both quite intricate, aren't they? Quite specific. Maybe you could explore a little bit what we mean with the nervous system quality of touch first, because I presume that's a lower strata of complexity to you than the other one.
Yeah.
At least with teaching. To do it.
Yeah, and less taxing.
Yeah.
Well, from familiarity, you get the right touch. I just think it's as simple as that. From getting thrown around, from your teacher doing hua and na and fa on you over and over. If you're empty-minded and open and your body's got some chi and can read and can communicate, you just start to replicate it at a nervous system level. Even when people spend time together, they will pick up habits from each other.
Yeah.
Movements and stuff like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is a nervous system transmission of kinds, I guess, at a basic level.
Yeah, maybe what people like my friend Cindy and biologists are calling somatic empathy to a certain extent.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like a lining up of nervous systems with each other, yeah? Harmonizing.
Definitely. Yeah, I think that's real and can be sped up and increased by repetitive, potent touch from the teacher, yeah.
So why I have my own theories, but why, why is there a difference? Sorry, it's difficult for me to even formulate these questions because it's to make them as specific as is needed. Because I think this is a topic that probably needs a little bit more clarity around it in general. Because I think often when you see theory, either written or spoken about on videos, it's often focused on the art itself, but maybe not about how the art is transmitted. It's not discussed quite so often, is it?
Well, usually it's only taught.
Well, yeah, that's true.
It's not that commonly transmitted.
So what is the difference? What is the state that somebody's nervous system has to be in, or why can they not? Because if you touch somebody in push hands or anything you're doing in Taiji and there's a transmission from your body to theirs, maybe through Jin or something like this, then obviously the nervous system that can't receive it is still being taught in a way because it just locks, doesn't it? There's like
they have to
freezing of the system, right?
They have to be open, and the nervous system needs to be communicative and alive and adaptive. So if you're closed, it doesn't change.
Right.
It just hits the wall of closeness. But if it's open and it receives information, let's say, and it adapts around the information, it recognizes the pattern.
So would you say the freezing sort of phenomena that happens in Tuishu is because the body is not open enough to receive from the issuer?
You mean like when you freeze them, gnaw them, and like that?
Yeah, or even if I think right back to, like, make it personal, right, to when I first started, and the first time I ever touched hands with someone who could actually
do it.
The first thing I realized was my entire body just tensed and I was like just stuck on the spot, really. Felt like an
I mean, that's what happens, yeah. No, I don't think that, no.
Okay, what do you think of that?
For example, I have students that are definitely open, but they still freeze.
Okay,
yeah. I think if there's more chi than they can handle, they freeze.
All right.
So I guess that is openness. They're just not open enough for that amount.
Yeah, sure.
But I think open enough to receive transmission doesn't mean you can't be frozen, for example.
So with this teacher, you think have to modulate if you wanted. So you could say if you wanted to teach, you wanted to pass it on. Do you modulate the level of power that goes in so that it's more useful? Because obviously if they freeze, maybe the transmission is not passed on. It's hard to help somebody's nervous system to transform if they're locked. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Well, maybe that would transmit freezing.
It would show you how blocked you are.
Yes. I mean, I hadn't thought of it like that. But I definitely modulate the output.
Yes.
A lot.
Yeah.
Way down.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, to be frozen is... or stuck or caught or even to be uprooted or something is useful to a point, but after a while, once you've been bounced or locked a few times, you need something a bit more subtle, don't you? Passed on inside the body if your body is ever going to emulate it.
And to do it slow.
Otherwise you end up the Uki syndrome or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think the speed of it's got quite a bit to do with it.
Okay.
Like if the Qi and Jin go out really fast, they can't adapt in time.
Right.
But if you let it come out slow,
yes,
they can, change with it or their subconscious, their nervous system and their Qi can read what's going on.
Yeah, it definitely feels like the most useful classes sometimes the one where you're doing very slow motion push hands. It's like less impressive on video.
Yeah.
That sort of fast crack that you get through the body is switched for something a bit more sort of slow and creeping through the system.
Definitely.
But it's maybe, certainly for myself, maybe I can't think fast enough to understand what's happening when it shoots through my body.
Well, if I'm teaching and transmitting, I definitely do it super slow.
Right.
And then maybe at the end, if I'm training with a buddy or something, I'll let it out a little bit for a bit of fun for a couple minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't expect them to get anything out of that except maybe injured.
Yeah.
No, definitely it's the slow creep, like more the seeping out kind of speed. Yeah.
Yes. So the adapting of the nervous system is a funny thing, isn't it? Because it goes back to that, like, even when you have a total beginner, or when you've been it yourself and then someone tells you to relax, or you tell the student to relax, for example, and they say they are, but they're obviously locked or something. And then relaxation is only the start. Obviously, opening means something else, and
Yeah.
release means something else, and song means something else. But even at that first initial stage, when everyone's up like this, like the level of feedback you have to your own body, sort of personal, physical awareness,
Well,
is
zero
quite
if you're
low.
uptight.
Totally,
Zero.
which is most
I guess so,
people.
yeah.
Certainly myself, when I started, I could equate with that.
Yeah.
I couldn't feel shit until I learned to get my mind into my body.
I think you can't feel anything that doesn't change. So if the
Okay.
body's locked,
Hmm.
like let's say when you injure your shoulder or something and it locks up, you can't really feel inside it. It's a lump.
Which brings you almost to Jung a little bit. Oh,
Standing there and making your shoulders tight.
well, it's funny. Sometimes, mostly Adam writes something that offends people online. Usually more than me, because I'm more diplomatic, I think. But it's funny. It's something I posted recently about Jam Jong offended people more than anything I've ever written before. Like everything I say, they got offended by Jam Jong, and all I was saying was that this particular position, I didn't mean standing in general, but this one is not actually that useful, in my opinion, for total beginners.
No, I mean, I don't teach it for maybe 5 years.
Yeah, same. It's a number of years.
Quite a lot of training.
So why not for you?
Because all they do is get good at being stiff. I mean, your shoulders lock up.
Yes.
You stand there for a long time, you get expert at locked, until now you feel like your shoulders don't burn anymore, because they're fused into one unit.
Yes.
So
completely.
they are not conductive, they can't transmit forces, it makes you worse.
Yeah. And but it feels like it's connected in, because that's what I was coming back to what you say, because nothing is changing anymore, because it's frozen, so you feel you're getting this structure, but actually you kind of weld in your scapula.
It is connected, but
back.
in a completely wrong way, yeah.
Yeah, you get the monoscapula, like one block.
One part moves, no parts move.
Totally. Yeah.
Stuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
And I think every single part has to be able to change, and that's sort of the path of the training. Is one way to look at it is that opening to such a profound degree that every part can change. So, a feather cannot be added without everything changing.
Yes.
But if anything's welded to the thing next to it, then by definition it can't change. It can't be set into motion, not locomotion.
Yeah.
Motion, change. Yeah.
So maybe you could explain a little bit the difference with some of the words we had in there as well. Maybe a little basic, but I think it's maybe for people listening, we have people that are totally new to the arts and everything as well. There's a difference between, we take those first two, relaxation and opening, obviously, are quite different terms. And I think often that my opinion is that when people focus too much on just relaxation as kind of overriding concept, they actually close their body.
I've tried to remove the word completely from my teaching.
Which one?
Relax.
Relaxation.
Yeah. I just tell them you relax with a wine after training.
All right.
There's nothing relaxing about the training.
I say have a bubble bath when the class finishes. Yeah. Okay. So what is opening, and why is relaxation then such a pervasive idea within Tai Chi, do you think?
I just think it's a misinterpretation of song.
Song. Yeah.
And then song to open, song to sing, blah blah blah. Open to me means opening the joints.
Yep.
So space.
Yep. You mean like literally pulling the skeleton apart, right?
Literally.
Yeah.
Everything's literal. Yeah.
Everything is literal.
Yep. And then opening the flesh off the bone, so that it hangs off the bone, and opening the fascia, opening the silk. And then it goes sort of more profound than that, but that's plenty.
It's enough for the body, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this means that the training at the beginning is going to end up more like physical opening and stretching positions more than anything else, right?
More than the beginning.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Most of the training is that to the way I teach.
Yeah, and talking to you about how you teach Tai Chi, there's similarities with us, and then there's some differences as well between the way we do things. But you're very, your percentage of how much you do the form, for example, is maybe a lot less than a lot of Tai Chi teachers, I think. Like what were your percentages with like opening or standing or?
You mean in like a session, a training session?
Yeah, course or a class or something like that.
Well, because I teach a lot of workshops, we hardly ever do form.
Right.
In those, they're almost all opening.
Is that because most people already have forms from elsewhere? Or?
I just don't think it's unless I'm teaching a form to get
Yeah.
the form, then it's just not the best use of the time.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
I'm not taking away from form. I just think it's advanced.
Right. Okay.
I think form's very advanced practice.
Right.
Yeah. So 80% would be opening, I guess.
I think it would surprise people that you say the form is advanced.
It's the most advanced practice, I think.
So your view would be because the form is only useful to do after the body is transformed?
Yeah. I think you change the body and you build all the connections and the way of moving and all the various Jinlu and all the different things, and then you express it all through the form. But if you don't have the things, you can't express them.
Yeah, because otherwise what you often see is, say you've done another art, say you've done karate or Wing Chun or Shaolin or rugby, like who cares? It doesn't have to be a Chinese martial art or something, does it?
Then you just do that in the form.
Yes, totally. Yeah. So the form
Because
basically has that style, right?
The form is you.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it's you. It's not Tai Chi, it's you. So when you do that, it's you doing that.
Totally.
So if you're Tai Chi, it's Tai Chi, but if you're rugby, it's rugby doing that. Yeah.
Right, okay.
The form is just you moving. Mm-hmm. So I think most of the training is opening and organizing all the differentials and yin-yang pairings and everything, which have to be opened to be able to be paired inside the body. Yeah.
It's like you explode the body out before you reorganize and rearrange it.
Yeah, I would just say you just tear it apart.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but everything is separate, or everything is separated from the thing next to it.
Okay. Yeah.
And ever more granular.
Yeah. So that's where the discomfort comes in. The what's the Chinese phrase? Chewing bitter, or something.
It's bitter.
Yeah,
but it's it's probably my favorite part of the training.
Why?
I've always preferred the body training. Like even when I did external martial arts, I did mainly the body transformation part of the training and not as much of the technique. I think that's the art.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And if you don't work hard and hurt, I don't feel like I've done the training that day.
Yeah, it doesn't really change. I mean, Qigong is not that different, weirdly.
No, it's the same.
In a way, is it? Totally, if you want to go deep into it.
Well, all change is painful. I mean, pain might be a strong word, but
yeah.
So if you're not bumping into your limit, then you're not changing.
Yes.
Then you're just going through the motions.
Okay. Right? Yeah.
If you don't hit your limit, you're not changing.
So what would you say the purpose of the form is then? If the body is already transformed, why do I need, large frame or medium frame or fast frame or in Chen style, new form or old form?
Okay.
Or,
I think the form is a sequence of mudras, essentially, whole body mudras, to mobilize the qi in a certain direction and sequence and so on, or through certain lines of power in the body.
Yeah.
So you go through them all. So it's for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think it's because it keeps you in for half an hour.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. That's
like the absorption for half an hour, where when you do an exercise,
yes,
you might do the exercise for an hour, but it's only seconds at a time.
Yeah.
Unless it's a standing static thing or something. It's not the same as the continual presence.
It's easier to go in when you're moving anyway, to be perfectly honest, isn't it? It's almost like you have the space to, like the change and release as you shift, enables you to go in a little bit.
After, I think that's true. Meaning later. I think for a beginner, they have no chance of going in movement. They have to stand still. But once the qi is happening in the movement, and it's something that pulls you in because of its magnetism, or even it's more interesting.
I even have difficulty getting people to go inside in standing. I have to start at sitting.
Yeah, right.
Like I go right from that.
I agree.
As soon as you add the legs into the equation, everything just becomes harder because legs are rubbish.
That is
shit.
That's why people sit.
Yes.
That is why people sit.
Yeah, for sure. If you want to see how crap legs are, do upper body day and then leg day at the gym, right? You'll very quickly realize how shit your legs are. Don't even compare.
And then for the different forms, in my understanding, is that each form is for a different way to mobilize, a different inner engine, a different way of moving. That's what the form is. It's not the sequence or the the size of the frame or anything.
Totally, yeah. But even then, say you take the Yang style forms, I always think if you don't know what you're looking at, say you're not used to the style, when you see the different forms, large, medium, fast, whatever, they can look like completely different forms, but if you know what you're looking at, they still actually tend to follow the same kind of
They're all the
sequence.
same forms.
Yeah, but even if sometimes the arms make a slight different movement, it's still
They're all the same form.
Inside,
it's just a different engine.
Yes.
Mobilizes the chi in a different way and therefore moves the body in a different way, and you get a different shape.
Yeah.
Or a different sequence within the same shape or whatever.
This is why I think you can spot the modern forms sometimes, because they don't follow that same
They don't
pattern.
follow all the traditional forms follow the same pattern roughly.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Do you think that's because the Qi and Jin has to follow a set route inside the body, a logical route? Or just
I think some
preference?
people think that.
Yeah.
I don't have a view about that. I can't perceive that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's not like I think the form has to go in the exact sequence.
So could someone?
Maybe it's true.
So could someone learn the malleability? I think that's the word, isn't it? The changeability, malleability on the inside with the nervous system and the tissues, the silk or something, without some direct touch or transmission. Or rather, not. There's always somebody who can. There's always some bastard who can do it. But generally, could most people do it, should we say? Because there's always individuals, right?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you did enough opening, yes.
Like anyone would manage it.
Not anyone, but a decent percentage.
Okay.
In other words, do I think you can get that level of the changeability inside without transmission, only from learning?
Yes.
Absolutely, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily give you all the skills. It just gives you the ability to receive the skills.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Definitely, because it mainly comes from two things. All the opening through all the levels of everything from that which is next to it.
Yep.
And awareness saturating into the body. They're the two things, right?
Yes.
So neither of which you need transmission.
So what would be the skills that would need to be transmitted? So you're saying that
like
you could get the malleability and the changeability, but is there something that is layered on top of that through touch?
Yes, I guess so. I don't know if you... Yeah, I don't know. I think you can learn it, but it's easier to get it transmitted.
Right. Yeah.
It's going to be faster. And there are things that are beyond explanation.
Sure.
Definitely.
And also, life's only so long. If it's going to take you 40 years to learn to do it on your own, or 20, shall we say, with somebody transmitting through touch.
So, teaching online's been an experiment in this, and I think people have done well. But do they do as well as people that learn online and come to touch? No.
Yeah.
Of course, whoever gets the most touch, they're better.
Yeah. Okay.
Every time.
Yeah, teaching online is like a new phenomena, isn't it? Well, it's not that new now, I guess.
Well, if you compare it to the history of the arts
or something, but yeah. But I mean, it's funny. Like there wasn't many, and now there's a lot. Like I would say, when it first started, I think there was a fairly small percentage of people that were learning online, but it's a lot now. Like all the different systems and programs, it's becoming the norm, isn't it?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
It's before they lock us in and give us a UBI and you're not allowed to go out.
Yeah, I suppose we'll get used to it, I suppose. Your carbon allowance doesn't let you travel to the class.
You can't go see the teacher.
Yes.
He's
16
minutes away.
Yes, yeah, completely. Although, I don't know if you've seen them. Maybe you haven't. There's whole programs like Discover Taiji or Discover Mind or the Academy or whatever that are now created from AI. Do you know this? Have you seen these?
No.
So you look saddened by this.
Yes.
So the site is created by AI.
Sure.
Right? The videos are created by AI.
That's a problem.
It is an AI Chinese man doing it. And it's created. So people, I don't know how they do it. Like, you type in, like, make me a 10-week program with videos. I guess it's something like that.
Yeah.
But they're advertised all the time.
And they say that openly that it's AI?
Well,
or you can just tell because it's obvious.
No, but you can just tell. I mean, it's a cartoon.
It's not a person.
Yeah. I mean, AI people don't quite look like people just yet, do they? Unless
they don't even write like people.
Unless you've got FBI level or something like that.
Sure. Who knows what they have?
Yeah. But it's becoming more normal, and I'm seeing that more and more people are signing up to them. Like, they don't have a problem with it. Like, it's strange because I personally wouldn't want to do that. I would want to be connected to.
It's crazy to my mind, but
yeah.
But I have a problem with all of it. I'm anti.
With AI in general?
Yeah.
Why?
I think it is the antichrist.
The antichrist?
Yes. But at a more normal level, let's say.
No. Okay, we'll come back to the antichrist.
We'll start normal.
Yeah.
Use it or lose it is real.
Yeah.
So, the young guys that I know and gals that can't read a map because of Google Maps. Right? Okay, well, it's most of the people. Or can't do write in cursive. Probably can't write at all now, basically.
Yeah, I'm ashamed to say I've even noticed when I've had to write, the pen's not as comfortable to
it's
hold
more stiff.
Anymore from
it's more stiff.
Yeah.
People can't do mathematics properly. They use a calculator.
So
all AI is essentially outsourced thinking.
Yep.
Right? And even outsourced creativity. So if you don't use your thinking and your creativity, you will lose it. And it will be replaced by the hive mind of the machine.
There is a phenomena that you've seen as well. I know because we've chatted about it, where obviously on something like Instagram, you can scroll, and because of the people I'm connected to, I can see lots of martial arts teachers and meditation teachers and qigong people that yogis. It's all those kind of people I see. I scroll down. And it used to be interesting online because you would see what people's thoughts were. Like, I'm pro the internet for that. It's been amazing to see what this dude in Africa thinks and this guy in France thinks about these art. And they all sounded different, but that is changing now. They're all starting to sound very similar.
What could that be?
Even the writing style sounds like a...
It's not just a writing style.
Even factually as well?
No, I just mean that's one of their catchphrases. But...
Oh yeah,
it's not just
not just the writing style. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, the AI tends to say, "Not just."
Yeah,
Tai Chi is not just a health exercise.
It's also
okay.
Yes, I think that's very sad, actually.
Yeah,
and at a personal, not personal for me, but at a human level, I think it's it's the opposite of sincerity or integrity, which I think are the primary causes for the path. So I think it's evil, basically.
But even on a more basic level, one thing that AI doesn't like to do is give facts or definite. I mean, if you ask it, how many people live in the city, it will give you a fact. But the writing style of it doesn't like to give definites because it doesn't like to be wrong. So if you ask it something about Tai Chi, it will give you almost a spiritual master's answer, shall we say, without it's kind of vague,
without any spirit.
Yes, lacking spirit and lacking clarity or definition. So it always sounds to me like a sort of 50-year-old drama teacher. But I don't know why there was strikes. Maybe I had a 50-year-old drama teacher when I was younger who spoke in this way.
Talking around the subject a little bit. Dares not take a stance on anything.
Yes. And there's a definite view or opinion, or at least a standardization in terms, which I have the issue with it. So say, for example, me and you talk about emptiness. Mm-hmm. I would assume me and you probably have slightly different definitions of the term emptiness, and other teachers would, because it's quite an ambiguous term.
I should hope that there's variation. I mean, if there's not, then it's sort of the death of thinking.
Yeah, and that's what AI is doing, right? That
it is.
You see, because obviously I'm sure it's happening in other scenes, but I'm seeing the alternative scene. So it's that term emptiness is being used in the same context now by all different people, and it's not great.
It's very not.
Well, it's made it very boring to read. It's pointless. It's more like I could just go online and say, tell me what Adam Mizner thinks of emptiness. I don't have to read your posts anymore if you're using AI. Well, that's what Adam thinks.
Yep. And not to mention all the other problems, of course, with everyone's going to lose their jobs and all that kind of stuff. And despite, people think that they're all going to become artists or something like that. Nah. They're not. Most people derive value from work.
AI art's already getting
pretty good.
It's like in soul. I mean, you sat there the other day, didn't we? We were chilling out and put on AI soul covers of rap songs, wasn't it? Yeah.
They take their songs and make them sound like blues or something.
I wanted to hate it.
That was good.
But I liked it. Yeah, I liked it. But that's killed musicians.
And it's going to be almost everything. Yeah. I actually believe that AI is the most destructive invention in human history.
Okay. Because it's outsourcing thinking. Previous inventions maybe outsourced physical outsourced physical labor, didn't they? We replaced the hand.
Yeah, but that serves humanity.
Yes.
It takes away from humanity.
Once you sort of outsource intellectual thinking
and creativity,
there's nowhere else to go.
It's taking away what makes humans what they are, as opposed to making it something easier for humans to do.
And I have a slightly more romantic view of the human species, maybe, than yourselves, dare I say. And I think it's even worse that the spiritual scene and then outsourcing spirit. Like the next stage again, it's like you've outsourced the body through machines, you outsource the mind through AI, then maybe the spiritual stuff should stay away from AI a little bit.
Well, I don't know how you could claim to be interested in spiritual subjects and then use AI to talk about it. I mean, it's the opposite. By definition, it is without spirit. It's intelligence without spirit. That's why I say it's antichrist.
So, this idea of antichrist, what do you mean in like a literal, like the biblical definition of the antichrist, or are you talking in a sort of a wider, non-literal sort of sense?
I'm talking in a wider and non-literal sense, meaning it's anti-Christ, not anti-Jesus.
Right. Yeah. Antichrist consciousness.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's anti-divinity. It's intelligence without the divine within.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So if that's Antichrist, really, I'm not saying it's not also the biblical one and might turn out to be the prophesized one. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Skynet was Antichrist.
Yeah, that would not surprise me, but that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah. We should clarify that, because I think that there's a lot of people that obviously the Bible is there's different degrees of literalism there, but Jesus being the absolute Son of God and Antichrist being like Rosemary's Baby.
I don't see things like that.
No,
and when I talk about Christ, I'm not necessarily talking about Jesus at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it might also turn out to be that which was prophesied. I don't think they're mutually exclusive at all.
Okay. Yeah.
I just think it's anti-life.
Yeah.
Anti the spark within. Anti-creativity. Anti-love. Anti-beauty. Anti everything that is good.
But the soul covers are good. They don't have any soul, but
no, they're great. Yeah.
It's
if it wasn't good, it wouldn't be dangerous.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's like the key thing that was supposed to be given by divinity and human race was free will, wasn't it? One of the potential for individuality and free will, and that's what gets taken away.
Well, definitely it's already taking away individuality already.
Yeah.
It's been a year.
So is this the death of the spiritual arts?
I think it's ramping up into the Kali Yuga for sure.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Like into the end of the Kali Yuga.
The peak of the Kali Yuga, if you like.
Yeah.
The end meaning
the strength of it,
not the peak.
Not
trough. Yeah.
Well, whatever. The strongest part, the worst part.
Right,
I think it's going to get quite a lot worse, but I think it's a primary cause for that.
Yeah. It's funny, these AI programs are it's like an old Chinese guy, but he's ripped.
I see an ad all the time for teaching Tai Chi, that the really jacked guy.
That's the one.
You should do 7 minutes of Tai Chi in the morning. I do 2 minutes and I'm awesome.
That's because we've hit the age where we're targeted by those ads. So it's like, are you a man over 50? Yeah, it's that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've seen that. Okay, is that what they are?
Yeah, those.
I thought they were just AI ads for an actual.
No, the program.
Human teaching.
The program is AI as well. Yeah. Wow. What do you think of that? How does that make you feel?
Sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, for other people. Yeah, I feel sad for people. That they would be in a state where you're so disconnected from your own inner life that you will go to something that's lifeless.
Yeah.
It's emptiness, not good emptiness.
Yeah. Nihilistic emptiness.
Yeah. It's sad, I think.
He's a character that obviously a lot of people find quite controversial. I don't particularly, but Jordan Peterson. I remember when he started talking. One thing that really struck me out of everything, lots of his stuff I wasn't really interested in, but his concept of if you control the way people speak, you control the way they think. Well, the ability to speak freely is think freely.
It's obviously true. I mean, most thinking is words.
Yes,
and you've lived in different places in the world, as have I, and different cultures or races or whatever, they think radically different because of the language. Like it forms your thinking patterns. It forms the neurological connections. It forms the brain.
That becomes part of the problem with AI for me, is if you're constantly using it to write your words, you're retraining the way you speak, right? Because eventually you're going to start speaking like the things you're
like
writing.
A soulless robot.
Yeah, like the 50-year-old drama teacher. So then you end up, you write the thing and then change the way you speak, and then that changes the way you think. And then you don't even need the chips in your brain or something. You've already kind of reprogrammed your.
You've already merged.
Yeah, to become AI. You've merged through just the brain's ability to adapt to match AI, right?
Yes. Well, we were talking about the nervous system adapting in Taiji, like this somatic whatever you called it. I mean, they're doing that.
Yes.
At a thought level, which is also part of the nervous system.
It seems like a funny topic for two people in Qigong or Tai Chi to speak about, but obviously it's
the most important topic of our time and possibly of recorded history, I think.
Yeah, I see a scary amount of interviews that I stick on for entertainment. I'm having my breakfast, but it used to be entertaining here. People talk about technology, but now it's all just doom and gloom. All these people who work for AI going, the world is over, you're all going to die, AI is going to run everything, you've got no job, but it's okay, you have a universal basic income.
No.
Blah, 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 26 grams of meat, any carbon's done.
Yeah, I mean, technology is a problem.
Better learn Tai Chi quick so you've got something to do when everyone's
better learn it quickly, yeah. Well,
but then the option to learn it's going to disappear.
I don't think people realize how bad it is, and the people that are keen on it are the ones that will suffer from it the most.
Yeah, I've been quite terrified by it. Not by AI, actually. I've been quite terrified by how quickly, I mean, I use it to make stupid pictures. I stick your head on a fucking actor or something.
AI wouldn't matter if the people didn't do what they did, but they do.
Well, that's what scared me, the speed that it was embraced.
Yeah.
The speed that it was embraced, was fast. Yeah.
Well, most people don't, I don't want to use the word believe, but let's say believe in any inner life at all. So what have they got to lose?
I can't disagree with that.
So what have they got to lose? So if you don't believe that there is divinity, let's say, then there can't be an intelligence that lacks divinity. It's just a better intelligence.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so they're already lost, right? So, that's why they jump on board, because there's nothing to lose.
So then, surely my overly naive view, surely the scene, the group of people, the community, I suppose that is the word that shouldn't really embrace it openly, should be the people that are seeking inner life. So therefore,
you mean in the spiritual world
and the Qigong world and the meditators.
I wish that was true, yeah.
Because I assume, like, everybody in that scene is interested in the inner life, I presume. Maybe not the people into fighting or something like that, but I mean, why would you pursue Tai Chi, at least on the level of the woo-woo version of Tai Chi, shall we say, that classification, if you're not interested in the inner life?
I agree. I don't know why.
Because it doesn't lead to any particular great skill that's particularly useful, is it? You're not going around fudging people left, right,
the exploration is it.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the exploration of the inner life. Yeah. That's what it is. It's not so you can beat people up or fudge in people or whatever.
Yeah, which strikes me. It's like that's what it's really, I think for years and years, when I was a teenager and stuff like this, and in my 20s, I didn't really understand why I did push hands. Like, I had no idea. Like, I was doing it because I was, I'd come from a fighting background, and I recognized that the most practical thing is to strike or whatever. But you got fascinated by this practice of push hands, and I didn't really understand why, and it took a long time to realize.
Well, the same reason you do Qigong.
Yes, completely. It was, as we're saying, the transmission of something that is very quick to transform the inside and kind of lead you in a way. Well, yeah.
More than in a way, absolutely. I think that's what it's for, yeah.
So, let's leave the doom and gloom. 5 minutes, we'll come back to it with black cubes, right? So before we go down that route, my black cube's around somewhere to put on. Let's go back to this concept of transmission, because there is, in the Chinese, something like Chen Chuang or something as a transmission. I'll probably pronounce that wrong or whatever. But then there's Xin-based, Xin Chuan, like mind.
Yes,
heart-mind
mind-to-mind transmission versus transmission through touch.
Which Chan Buddhism talks about an awful lot within their lineage, but obviously it's applicable to this as well.
Yeah, or any energy. Well, any meditation teacher or real energy worker, like that has skill. I mean, that's their job.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I don't mean their job to get paid. I mean their function.
No, I understand. Yeah. So this is something that's always been a bugbear. I, for years, have been interested in meditation, as I know you have been, and it was something that was always there in the background of everything I did, right, from when I was young. But I didn't teach it for years and years and years and years and years.
Because, well, you can't teach meditation, for starters.
Exactly, because one time people asked me to do a meditation class, and then I sat on the stage in front of people and shut my eyes and realized, what the fuck am I, what?
You can only transmit.
Well, I couldn't at the time.
Well,
so it was like, I'm sat here with my eyes closed. You can replace me with a cardboard cutout. Once I've given you a theoretical talk, what's the point? So I stepped away from teaching anything like that for a really, really long time because I realized that I should stay on the level I'm at, which is Taiji and Qigong. And it wasn't until a certain degree of skill arose in this kind of mind-to-mind transmission that exactly what you're saying, I realized that is the role, shall we say,
the role,
of a meditation
that's better than
teacher.
Job. Yeah, absolutely.
And a Qigong teacher, I would argue.
Oh, that's why I said or energy work.
Yeah.
Well, it's not, I mean, otherwise it's not using Qi.
Totally. Maybe you could explore that a bit for us.
How so?
If you can link it to the antichrist, that's even better. But like maybe there's a mechanism. Maybe I'm a little bit...
Well, I don't really want to talk about the mechanism too much.
Why's that?
Secret knowledge.
Secret
not
knowledge?
Exactly. I mean, yeah.
Not the mechanism of doing it, but there's something that takes place that's very clear, isn't it? You know,
well, the thing is
when
that
you sit in the presence of someone who does it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the Qi...
I remember one dude, before you talk about it, he was a really good meditator. He wasn't a teacher I stayed with for a long time, actually. I just went to see him a couple of times when I was younger. Super cool, like very good at that sort of filling the space and transmitting something on a level that wasn't a touch. But he was such an arse that I just felt like rage in every single session, and I thought I was really bad.
He was transmitting his arseness.
Yes, and then when I spoke to other students, none of them ever cross-reference. Everybody was just in angry in every single class. Yeah,
that's amazing.
I realized it wasn't the healthiest place for me to stay.
No,
I quite liked him, but yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, that to me, that's when if someone can't do that, they don't have meditation skill.
Right. Okay.
Or energy skill, really.
Yeah. So
they might have a bit.
Yeah. Could someone then develop the ability to, using classical terms, samadhi, jhana, and things like that, without developing the ability to? Could they just go in without the ability to go out? You know what I mean, with regards to the energy transmission?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it will just happen. I don't think you need to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Doing it is a thing. Definitely, we agree on that.
Yeah.
But I think, let's say you have a lot of samadhi. If you're around someone with a lot of samadhi, it will affect you. Yeah. Like they don't need to do it. Their field is it.
It's disorientating, isn't it?
Yes, and their expanded field that is rich with their qualities will affect you.
Yeah,
because that's really what it is, the expanded field.
Yeah, I always trusted that. I remember looking for
that's the only thing I trust. What else are you going to trust?
Their words, like
because really all you need to do is ask AI how to talk like a guru, and you're sorted.
AI could probably tell you how to.
Probably.
Transmit.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it'd be accurate, but...
Well, you probably have to get transmitted too, to be able to transmit. Maybe. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think so, actually. I think that if you exclude, again, those very rare individuals, because there's always a smart ass.
There's always the self-realized ones.
They always get persecuted or nailed to something, or something. It never goes well for them. But the majority of people, I think, how can it... meditation, you can pass on theory. You can get people to calm down by following their breath, but how is a lot of it passed on if it's not done through that kind of transmission, right? And that's why people sought out lineage masters in the past and things like this. Yeah.
And why it's, to be around the master.
Yeah. What's the word for it? You sit with them. Satsang, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sit in their presence or something like that. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think it's very important.
So what place do you think it has in Taiji, which people would...
The same.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's the same. It's the Qi carries intelligence imbued with that skill set.
Yeah.
Something like that. And it goes into you and it affects your Qi, which affects your mind and body, and it transforms your being in that way. I think it's just that.
there's then a controversial side to it as well. There's not just controversial, like a difficult side to it, because the ability to con oneself is quite amazing.
To lie to yourself.
Yes. So then,
like to say, no. AI is definitely good for humanity.
that kind of, yes, golden thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like you could go and spend time around someone, and there's a difference between mood and a state. Maybe we could say, or something like that. Maybe they're not the best words.
Well, classically they talk about meditation moods as not being the real thing.
And I think it's easy to accidentally mistake a mood for a state.
Yes.
If you don't have the clarity, maybe, or something like that.
Yep. Experiences. Having experience helps.
Yes, okay.
Like everyone's going to make those mistakes, I think.
Yeah, I certainly did. Yeah, the angry master. Well, to be fair, the angry master, that didn't feel like a meditative state particularly. Just felt angry.
Yes, well, I guess he was meditative. At least enough to...
He had energy.
Yeah, at least at the chi level, yeah.
Yeah, hate produces a lot of energy. Yes. I don't want to name him. Like, he's still alive, but I almost advocate going to see him if you want to understand.
I don't think you should. Yeah.
But not the healthiest teacher to stay with, potentially. Yeah.
You mean, I guess what you mean is the mood that you can get from being around somebody, or their mood?
Well, also, right, okay, so, no, I mean even more basic. So, for example, if you walk into not this room, it's got a spiritual statue. Okay, just like a brick shed, and you're sat with the master, maybe there is something that's picked up. But what about if that room is gold, shiny, with statues everywhere, and he's wearing a robe?
That might affect your mood.
Exactly. Yeah. So you can kind of con yourself into...
I see. Well, that's what happens with like the religious fever.
Yes. Well, that was always my problem.
Spiritual feeling.
Well, that's what my problem with a lot of the traditions that had a lot of regalia, I guess is the word, or still... Why I got turned off by... Sort of what, sorry?
A lot of frills.
Yeah, I just got turned off by all those kind of traditions. Because, I mean, if I went to, like, Wudang Mountain, for example, not to rag on that lineage.
But the beauty and everything creates a mood.
Yeah, I remember walking into the temple and just on the mountain, which is a highly beautiful mountain, and just all of a sudden feeling a mood, but not a state.
Sure. Well, for example, any church in Europe will create a mood.
Yeah.
And some of them will create a state.
Right. Okay.
But they all are beautiful enough for me to create the mood.
Yeah. I think I saw the difference. Some of the ones in Bhutan definitely create
a state.
Yeah.
I mean, if it has a real charge, not charge from mood.
Yes.
Because the mood creates a charge at the emotional level.
And moods can be switched from your senses, like normal, your visual, like what it looks like, what it smells like.
Yeah. Yes. So you could define it like that, I guess.
Yeah. That's where the complication comes in, isn't it? And that's applicable in Tai Chi as well, I see people go in and, as you know, sometimes you go to do something, it's already done by the person, isn't it? It's like they've created the conditions within their own mind. You don't really have to do anything, right? Yeah.
Well, they're swept up by the mood.
Swept up by the mood.
Yes, that is definitely real. But self-awareness is the antidote.
Yeah, it will help that. So, changing up the topic a little bit, and a new cigar as well, round 2. I quite like this one. This is good. Sticking with Tai Chi a little bit, I think. There's certain words that are getting used more. It definitely changed. It used to be relax was the word. As you said, you don't like to use that word. I don't use it because everybody bloody relaxes, and then they stop putting effort in.
Right.
But words are changing, aren't they? And like you see trends changing, which is social media has done that because everybody can communicate.
The internet exposure.
Yes, completely. And I've definitely seen a lot of your terms become more sort of standard use. Because of the internet and so on. One of the words, not from you specifically, but one word has become more common is release. Now people are saying instead of relax. And I assume they're applying that term release to song.
I think it's the best we have.
So what's being released? Well, that's the question. Why release as opposed to relaxation? Because they're not the same, right?
Yeah, I don't think I can answer that. Exactly how it's framed. Yeah.
Oh, well, reframe it. I don't mind.
Well,
Speak on that topic, sir.
okay, so I think the purpose of song,
Yes.
the purpose of release is to mobilize the chi.
Yeah.
So it's not about relaxing or becoming more relaxed, it's about moving the chi.
Right.
Letting it go forth. So where you release it so it runs around, basically.
Okay. So you would think that's a... Sorry, go ahead.
Well, so you're releasing, letting it move instead of holding it still.
Specifically the chi.
The chi or the jin.
Okay.
The chi and thus the jin.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what release is.
Can you define the difference between those terms, chi and jin? Sorry for pulling these out of
Yep.
you, but I'm a stickler. You know what I'm like?
Chi is life,
Okay.
the substance of
Yep.
life, which no one can deny exists.
Life.
Yeah.
There's probably someone who'll try, but
AI.
yeah. Yeah.
And jin is the power that is generated via the mobilization of chi through the tissues of the body. So when the tissues change,
Yep.
stretch and unstretch and coil and string up and become hard, and that is jin.
Yes. So the jin in this context, obviously jin in other arts can mean different things, right?
I'm talking about Taiji
Tai
jin.
Chi,
I don't know about
yeah.
other things.
Yeah. So in the case of something like Taiji, when the chi, it's like fair to say that the life force that's being released is given a vehicle to come in the manifest world, maybe, or into the physical world.
Yeah, or
That
it's
would be the
affecting the physical
jin.
realm of your body,
Yeah.
and that creates jin.
Right.
Yeah. Or of the body of another, and that creates jin.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So the change
yes.
of yin-yang differentials through the body, namely the silk,
Yep.
perpetuates and transmits force.
And by silk, you mean the membranes, shall
Yep.
we say, or the maybe fascia? But
Yeah.
everyone has a different definition of fascia.
Yeah, I mean, it's the membranes.
The squishy, stretchy stuff that all lines up and
Yep.
okay, yeah, that's the silk that's being pulled in Yang style. Or,
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So when I talk about silk, I'm talking about the membranes, and pulling silk is pulling the membranes. And how do you pull the membranes? Well, by mobilizing the chi.
Yes.
Yeah.
So not done through an external shape, especially.
Well,
No,
you
no,
can, but that's not Neijin.
Totally
It's
right.
still Jin, it's just not Neijin.
Yeah. And it feels like if you do, maybe you disagree with this, but it feels like, say you want to pull the silk with a physical shape.
Yep.
It's almost like you get the end of it, but the extremity of it, but it sort of gets lost on the inside. So the chi needs to sort of push it from inside. It's like the physical posture almost feels like it pulls it.
You can't get the evenness.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the chi pushes it from the inside, right? Well, that's what it feels like to me.
Well, I
anyway.
think that some styles that create Jin but not Neijin
Yeah,
pull the silk externally.
like some of the southern styles and
I think
kung
that
fu and things like that.
I think the southern styles use the tendons,
Right. Okay.
not the silk.
Yeah.
Like each one, I would say. Each one pulls the silk
Really?
externally. Good each one pulls the silk externally.
Oh, I see, but not the tendons. You're saying it pulls the silk
Yeah.
externally, right? Okay. Yeah, I thought you were saying each one only uses the
Tendon?
tendons.
No.
Yeah.
There'd be like a haka style or something would use the tendons.
Yeah. So unlike you, I'm not a fan of each one.
Okay.
Like as a system. Yeah, not a system. But it's because I've not that I think it didn't have anything original. I've just never actually met anyone who's any good at each one. And having been around China a lot and tried to meet people who are good at each one, but I don't think that's the system. I just maybe my bad luck.
That's
with who I
fine.
met.
Now just put a different word there instead of each one.
Tennis.
Well, another style that you've been around, you probably haven't met very many good people at them either. People just aren't very good.
Yeah, it's true. I just think each one is definitely going to be unpopular. A system that's almost dead because it's too simple, so too hard to grab. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like Aikido is a bit like that for me. I think if you look at Yoshiba, some of the footage of Yoshiba, I mean, the band's got something going on. Can't argue with that.
Undoubtedly.
The man was a dude. And yet often what happened is the generations after that, you very rarely see something.
Well, I think what happens is they didn't get it through the profound simplicity, but after realization, people tend to simplify down into the pithy essence of things.
Yes.
But that's not how they got it. The path wasn't simple. The result was, pure, simple, essential, pithy. Like
Yes.
I think that's what happens.
But
and then they try to teach what they realize, not how they got to the realization. I think that's a failure.
Yeah, and sometimes the pithy essence is difficult. I sometimes think that the human mind is so complicated and there's so many variables in the body. Sometimes you need a bigger system than the pithy essence to change all the variables.
Well, that's exactly what I mean.
People, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I could say all I do is release the chi and let the chi mobilize. How do you do Tai Chi? That's how.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's not going to help anyone. It's the hundreds of different exercises that are all trying to make it you change to have that realization.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
And maybe you could say in some ways that their pithy essence was their teaching, but should never have been a style in the first place.
I don't think it should even be the teaching.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like the crystallization of their realization, maybe. Or
something. Which is fine, but it's not the path or the style. That's right. Yeah.
Yes, which is why you get like externalized versions of it or something.
Well, it's exclusively almost. Yeah.
Actually, that's not true. I feel like that Kanye song. I can think of a couple of each one. People I've seen that.
Well, I've seen some on video that I think are pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple I've seen on video that look pretty good.
Yeah.
But as a whole, I think as a system, it's probably very hard to grasp for that very reason.
Sure.
Like to go straight into using Jung or whatever, and the standing postures as the sole nature of what you were doing is a little tricky.
And it's different. I mean, I think it's external.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's going to be less popular in my view.
Well, it's not I don't think external arts are worse. It's not negative.
No.
What I mean by that, I think, is it's a brain-body method.
Right, okay. Yeah. The name would be implied almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the way they generate the power via pulling the silk via the body is also external.
Similar with the Jingi. Jingi, which to me is like has internal components.
Sure.
But you couldn't really class it as a purely internal system on its mechanism, unless you took it to a very high level, of course. Everything becomes an exception when you get to a certain stage. But it's definitely sort of half internal, half external technology, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's that. It's so, I'm not anti the pulling the silk physically at all. I teach a lot of it. Yeah. I think it's important, but it's not how you make gin.
No.
It's like a part of opening the body.
Right, okay. Yeah. So how do you release?
You stop holding.
How do you release? Yeah. It's like
I don't know. You meditate for a long time till release is natural.
Yeah. I can only talk about like maybe my way that I learned to do it was, or whatever level of release I have managed, of course.
By transmission, someone else lets you feel it.
Yeah, well, for me, it was stopping trying to do it in the body. That was the biggest thing for me, was learning to put my mind in the same place as the body and releasing the mind so that the body followed.
Yeah, because you stepped back from the body.
Yes. Yeah, which was, not pointed out for me for a long time. So it was like a real trial and error over a long period of time to do that. I was constantly trying to release the body.
People ask me all the time, how do you release? What do you mean by release? And I'm dumbfounded. I mean, what do you mean?
I'll ask ChatGPT later.
You just do it.
Yeah, it'll tell me.
So I think it's, and then song, I mean the levels of song and all that, which we've talked about before, which I think are super important.
Yeah. There's that line. The cigar is dry. So gathering here. That sort of line isn't there. At the end of softness, hardness is found, or something. Is very much sums up at least the sort of early stages of what song does.
If softness means song, then yes, I agree with that line. Yeah.
Yeah. Then the more you release, the harder and harder and harder.
Oh yeah,
it becomes. You realize
unbearably so.
Yeah, you realize how much of your comfort is based on holding on. Actually,
I mean, if I train at my best level and do one gong, like lift my hands up and put them down.
Yes,
I can do one.
Yeah, okay.
And then I'm like, whew, and in a moment, I can't keep doing it at that level.
Yes,
it's too intense.
And then you realize when you work at that level, which I've touched upon sometimes, not to the same degree as yourself, I don't think, on something like Taiji, but it's like you realize that Taiji is actually highly inefficient. It's the most inefficient way to move your body.
You can
completely unnatural.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not what people think. Because when I first encountered Taiji
if you're more relaxed, you'll be more efficient.
Totally.
That's how a boxer relaxes. Mm-hmm. That's not song, that's relax.
Yeah, completely. I mean, the the main teaching when I was boxing and wrestling when I was younger was relax.
Yeah, sure.
Like relax. It's certainly not. I wouldn't call those internal styles, but it's certainly not unique to Tai Chi or something.
Well, relaxation isn't.
Yeah.
Relaxation just means you're good at it. Anything you're good at, you're relaxed while you do it.
Yes. Yeah. Which is why it stops being exercise, right?
Or one of the reasons. You relax, it does. Or
yes.
Anything does.
Yeah.
If you get good enough at anything, it's no longer really exercise.
Yeah. Which we were discussing the other day, that joke it's certainly a joke in Japanese arts. First dan, second dan, third dan, fourth dan, fifth dan, because
doing those kicks and punches are so effortless that it's no longer exercise.
Totally, yeah. Once you've built the runners inside your body, there's no stress on it. So actually what started as a form of exercise when you first begun now actually becomes the cause of your unfitness.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you're releasing deeper and deeper and deeper, it's quite the opposite. It gets more intense all the time.
Yes.
Which doesn't mean it can replace normal exercise.
No, that's definitely the case, isn't it? It's something I don't think people talk about enough in Tai Chi, that it can be a great form of exercise if you're not in a good state. Say you want to learn to move properly or line up your knees or something, or whatever, health exercise. But it definitely is not amazing for your health to only do Tai Chi, I don't think. Not a panacea, that's the word, isn't it, for everything?
It's not at all.
I think that's partially why a lot of the Tai Chi teachers, you've got people like T.T. Liang who lived a really long time, didn't he? But a lot of the Tai Chi teachers actually didn't have amazingly long lifespans when you...
Yeah, but they also were fighters and also,
drinkers, smokers.
Yeah, live in the Chinese Sifu life, like where you banquets and all the fun stuff.
Yeah, that's probably true actually, especially when Tai Chi get more well-known, you get the banquets, right?
Oh, yeah.
Chinese banquets are a stressful thing if you're...
and the drinking culture and whatever other vices. A life of vice,
But I think it's fair to say that there's definitely, from what I've seen, which is a subjective experience, so it's not a large case study, there is, from a Chinese medical perspective, the tendency towards a weakening of the spleen a little bit in Tai Chi because the amount of strain it puts on the sinking. Right?
Sinking,
yeah.
The thing is that sinking's meant to create rising.
Right. If you do it perfectly all the time.
Well, that's the purpose of it.
Yeah.
That's why you sink.
Yes.
But for me, for a long time, it didn't. It only sunk.
Yeah.
And my spleen was not great.
Same. My digestive system suffered for a long time while I was learning to let go. Got to a point where it was like, I was also living in Asia and there's a lot of bacteria, let's be honest. I don't think that's racist to say. No. But it's, that on top of that, my digestive system got weaker. But then as I got further into it, it got better.
Exactly.
Yeah. There was like a period of...
And the chi fills up and your muscles fill up again and you sort of come back. But it's long.
Abandoning force there's a payoff in the middle there.
There is.
Yeah.
You get a lot weaker and then you get infinitely stronger. But in that order.
In some ways, I thought the invest in loss, whether Chen Manqing meant that or not, with that phrase, it very much sums up that kind of...
I've never thought of that, but it's a great way to understand it.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, so that's the sinking, talking about the levels of song, first open and then sink, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's the connection then? Because I think there's one here between that and pong jin, which pong jin is, I think as most people who do Tai Chi would probably see that as the... If not the core jin, at least maybe one of the prime ones.
I think it's the core jin, yeah.
Oh, you think it's a core one? Okay. Yeah. Maybe you could talk about that a little bit and its connection to the sinking, rising, or...
Yep. So I think it's the core jin because I think all other jins traverse through it.
No, that's an interesting way to put it. Okay. Yeah.
It's the ground of all the other jins.
Okay.
Because I think pong jin is fullness of chi.
Yes.
So you sink long enough till it rises. Or that would be you descend long enough until it rises, and you sink long enough until it fills out.
Yes.
When I say sinking, I mean descending and sinking.
Yeah, that's as well. Like those are different terms, and they mean different things.
I use them to mean different things. Yeah.
I think they even do within the if you take a lot of the terms are taken from alchemy classics, aren't they? They sort of borrow them from here. And sinking and descending in alchemy, very, very different things.
Right. Well, for Tai Chi, when I say descending, I mean it goes down to the feet.
Yeah.
And sinking, it sinks in to the dantian.
Yes.
Or to center.
Okay.
And the result of mature descending is rising.
Yep.
And the result of mature sinking is filling out.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So does sinking have to? No, descending have to happen before sinking?
That's how I teach it. I don't think it has to happen like that, but you probably wouldn't ever get the descending if you did it in the other order.
Yeah, the Huang system is very much
It's all sinking.
focused on that. Yeah, isn't
I teach it that way, and in my experience, people that sink that don't spend a lot of time descending don't get as good skills because their feet aren't good enough.
Yes.
Yeah, they float.
Yeah, okay.
Well, maybe they don't float, but their center of power is too high. It's not in the feet. It doesn't begin in the feet.
Talking of high centers of power, but yeah, chi gathering there. It's like especially the Huang system, Huang Xinxians. It's definitely you use it as a trainer form. I think it's fair to say in your system.
Well, it's the first system.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's a system. It's the first form. The first thing I teach is sinking.
Yeah.
Descending.
Descending. Yeah.
Descending, and Jin from the feet to the hands. Right. It's not pong.
But the Huang system is what you use primarily to teach that, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is the Song Gong, Zhu Shan Sin Fa, and the formant. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
And that engine of movement from the foot to the hand, and then
yes,
when that's clean.
Yeah.
So when they're open and it's clean and they can run Jin vertically through the body skillfully, then we focus on sinking.
Right.
So it's more dantian and filling out, and the torso fills up more and you get more pong.
Yep.
So pong is fullness in my terminology. And then all the Jins transmit through that fullness of chi.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So for a long time you're just pong is all you're focused on, hiccups. Pong,
Well,
pong,
for a long time
pong.
there is no pong.
Yeah.
Then you build pong, and then all the other Jins are at hand. And I think in a tactical aspect, all the other Jins run through pong as well. Pong is it stops the opponent from feeling your Jins.
Okay.
They float on the surface of pong.
Yes.
They can't read what's inside. So the Jins come out of nowhere so sudden you can't cover your ears, you know that idea?
Yes.
So pong's like the ocean, like you float on the ocean and you don't know if there's a shark down there or not.
So that comes back that the mechanism, maybe the mechanism doesn't matter, but other than for the sake of interest, is it's got to be affecting the nervous system of the person that's touching you, right? So if the pong is high, because it's not affecting in a standard sort of muscular, it's like it's touching another layer on them, right?
It definitely affects the nervous system of the opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it's because it's such an unnatural state that the nervous system can't read it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, not even pong. I don't think pong really does that. I think Taiji does that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where those lines like the opponent can't know you or something like this.
They can't know you as they can't read under the surface tension of the water, right? You don't know what's under there.
Right.
Yeah. But at a higher level, when it's really like the Jung Ding is ripe and stuff, the nervous system goes into a panic state because what it's touching is otherworldly, unmanifest, not yin or yang.
Yes.
And everything is yin or yang in manifestation. At least that's the way I think about it.
Yep.
So the only thing that isn't is Tai Chi, which is unmanifest. So when they touch Tai Chi, which is within the pong or through the pong, their nervous system is confused.
Right, okay.
It's not in, it's not out, it's not up, it's not down. It's all of the opposing things simultaneously in harmony, and they just get frozen in space.
Yeah, okay.
And it's directionless, every direction. That's how I think it works.
So you're going to hate me for asking this because I know you don't like to define it. But it's not that you don't like to define, it's difficult to define, maybe. But obviously Zhongding, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you your opinion of what Zhongding is. Because most people would say center line, right?
Yeah, I definitely think it's not.
Or vertical center line.
No, I think it's absolutely not that at all.
Okay.
It's got nothing to do with a physical line or even a line in space.
Right.
I think Zhongding is the equilibrating balance between yin and yang in all its aspects. So there are many Zhongdings.
Yes.
And your Zhongding, like wherever you're at, is what it is. And then as you get more yin yang things which are opened, separated, and balanced and harmonized together, the balance between those two opposing balance forces, which is a metaphysical space, not a physical space, is that Zhongding. Yeah?
Yes.
And I think that is stillness.
the Zhongding is stillness, or stillness creates the Zhongding?
The Zhongding creates the stillness. The stillness does not create Zhongding.
Yes.
Zhongding creates stillness in movement. And when you say Tai Chi is stillness in movement,
Yes.
it means that there's an equilibrating stillness between all the infinite opposing forces, whether they're
Yes.
energetic or physical, and that is Zhongding.
So with your Zhongding is not complete, full, whatever. That means you still have too many yin-yangs that are not harmonized, so
Not
therefore
balanced and
something that could be
harmonized.
touched or landed upon by
Yes,
a skilled opponent.
exactly.
Right, okay.
Exactly.
So would you equate that stillness with the same meditation kind of stillness, or is Zhongding something that arises from meditation, do you think? Solely?
No,
No,
I don't.
okay.
I think you get equanimity, not Zhongding.
So not even the stillness is the same.
The stillness is...
So the use of the term is not the same, I would say.
I would say the stillness is the same, but what creates it is not the same, and therefore the function or the usability is not the same.
Sure, okay. Yeah, you're not going to touch a meditator and fly off.
And the meditative
it's also rude to touch a meditator.
meditative stillness can be maintained in movement despite movement.
Okay, yes. Yeah.
The stillness of Tai Chi is because of the movement.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I think it is.
Yeah, and it's a little bit more of a basic fundamental level, but if you start moving and the stillness is not sustained, then what happens is your mind tends to localize within the body on where there is not harmony within your own body. Is kind of how I see it. So as soon as I start to move, then there is an unevenness of the attention through the body, right? And that's where the stillness is lost, yeah?
That would lose it, yes.
Yeah.
So my experience of it is that it makes, like the changes of yin-yang,
Yes.
pull my attention, deep attention, not brain attention,
Yeah.
into Zhongding.
Okay. Yes. So what is...
See, I think Zhongding is the fruit of the path of Tai Chi.
So you won't like answering this question, or even the question is a strange one for what I'm grilling you. So then what is your personal experience? And I know both of those are annoying words with regards to something like this. They're flawed.
I hardly ever talk about my life or anything, but okay.
But the personal experience of doing the form with Zhongding.
Ah, okay. Like, what do I feel? Is that what that means?
Yeah.
I feel stillness and bliss and radiance.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So,
and unity.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty hippie-like.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a profound experience, a spiritual sort of experience, more like samadhi,
Sure.
but embodied.
So it must be a quite, almost like not a contradiction, but must be different, or maybe you can't register with it when you watch a recording of maybe your form after you've done it. Do you know what I mean? Like the external observation of what you look like when you do a form must be very different from the experience of doing it.
I just don't think it's even related.
Yeah?
I mean, the experience of doing it is all like Shen and Qi, really.
But I don't think most people would equate it with that, because most people could feel what their body looks like on the outside to a certain extent.
I don't know what my body looks like at all.
Yeah, okay.
When I do it. No. The shapes are probably terrible. Really bad.
Well, maybe that's the pleasant surprise when you watch it back and it's not.
I
You
never
feel like this,
never
or-
watch it back.
Right, okay.
never-
Oh, really?
no.
You never?
No.
You don't?
I've never watched one of my instructional videos. Honestly.
Ah, that's really funny. What I do, and I can't watch it for about 6 months.
Oh, you watch it later?
Then I go back and watch it. Yeah, the first 6 months I can't face it.
I wouldn't
can't
be able to
face
face
it.
it, yeah.
After that, I can go back and look at it, because I think, well, if it was shit, it doesn't matter. That was 6 months ago. Are
I think if I did, I'd never release anything.
you too much of a perfectionist, or?
I think it would just, sort of dig at me a little bit or something. And I just don't self-reference that much in that way. I just sort of do it. That's what it is, whatever. Like,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
just- Other people watch it.
And at that stage, like, in a way, that's almost where this is heresy to say this. People are so, not to me, but people are very hung up on this. But it's a different style, then, isn't it?
To what?
It might be you could say, if you're at that stage and it's like the Zhongding and everything, the body must adjust according to the qualities inside.
Yeah.
So to me, that would be, maybe you could say it's the Yang family system, but it's not really the Yang family style.
I always
anymore.
I don't know what the Yang family style is.
Yang Jun's,
Yeah.
whatever.
I tell my students, I just teach my art, take it or leave it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what someone else does, even that's alive now. How would I know what the Yang family did?
Well, that's why it's heresy, because a lot of people would say that it should be,
but
I
they
should be able to overlay the photo.
Yeah, but they're just making that up. They don't know what they did either.
That's true.
You can't.
Not pre-video footage, no.
Even if there was video footage, you don't know what they're experiencing inside or what it is.
Yeah,
you just know a
yeah.
shape. And if the
Yes.
art's just a shape, any idiot could learn it in 5 minutes.
Which is often the view. I mean, it's a funny old thing that Taiji is definitely one of the more complex arts. And there's probably others on the same level with it. But, well, not many actually. I don't think so.
It's
no.
tough. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, but it's funny that it's marketed as the most accessible and the easiest.
Well, it is to do it
Of
really
the
poorly,
arts.
I guess, in a way. But
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's slow. I mean, that's the main reason,
I
isn't it?
guess
'Cause
so.
it's done slow.
And the
so
shapes are not that hard.
You can translate the movement into your body.
The thing is, the reason why it's slow is because it's hard.
Hmm.
Not the other way around. So I think Tai Chi means Tai Chi,
Okay, yeah,
the state of Tai Chi. I think that's what it means.
yes.
And so the art is trying to get to that state. And when you're in that state, you're doing Tai Chi, and until then, you're just practicing to get towards Tai Chi, much like when you start trying to practice meditation, you're just doing, mental cultivation or whatever.
Yeah, completely, yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
meditating until you enter samadhi. You're
And there's
not.
no actual exercise to do that.
Exactly,
right?
you
Yeah.
can't. And I think for Tai Chi, I also say I can't teach you Tai Chi. I just teach you a million facets that will get you there.
Yes,
And yeah, I can't show you what Tai Chi is.
right.
I don't
Okay,
think you
yeah.
can. Yeah.
Sounds like transmissions needed
Yes.
on lots of those levels. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, I mean, that's, I don't know. I don't know if that's helpful at all for anybody, but that's what I think it is. What Zhongding is Tai Chi.
Yeah, sure.
Zhongding is the balance and harmony of yin and yang unmanifest.
And that curing's not at that stage as well. Like the jins almost become a little bit irrelevant. Like you see they list them 28 jins, 32 jins, or something like that. But it's
Jin is just how somebody else interacts with your Tai Chi.
totally.
That's it.
But the key jin that always is popular, the popular jin at the moment, the one that's in trend, of course, is Hua, isn't it? Everybody.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, it used to be Pong, Lu Jian, Sai Lu. Everyone's bought those ones.
Well, Hua's much harder.
So now it's Hua.
Okay.
So you would link Hua to the experience of touching somebody in Zhongding, perhaps?
Real Hua, yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
So what is it? So I guess the definition of Hua that most people would use is that it transforms the other person's power when they touch you, I suppose, would be the
Yep.
common definition of it. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
I didn't sound very sure. There was a, yeah, sort of.
Yeah. Well, that's the outcome,
Right, okay.
not the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Hua is the connected, separating interaction of balance and harmony of yin and yang
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
within an unmanifest emptiness. Thanks!
It's totally clear. We'll cut that as a quote and put it on the Instagram picture.
That is actually perfectly clear.
Well, now you've said it. I don't even know how AI works. But now you've said it, that's probably in the AI. Is that how it works? Is that now in the AI algorithm?
Probably.
I don't know if that... Does AI just take all the info from online, or does it think for itself? I got no idea. Like, I've got no clue, but I'm sure that'll now become the definition somewhere.
And then, yeah, so I think that's what it is. And I think you just stay in that is the Tai Chi, Zhongding, Hua is the same thing.
Right, okay, yeah.
That's the art.
In some ways, like... And again, I'm making it a bit more basic. Let's bring it to you.
If you ask me what I think it is, I have to answer honestly. So
No, I'm not, there's not a problem with it. But I'm also aware that I want to make it...
it is problematic because it's
relevant.
useless. That was the worst answer, but it's my honest answer.
No. Honest answer is the best answer. I think that in some ways, on a simplistic level, when you're in that state, and I would not profess to be living in a state of Zhongding while I'm doing the form or something like that, but you touched upon it perhaps. And it's quite amazing that when absorbed into this state, and that all discomfort or whatever is gone. And one thing I always notice
It's
is
sort
when
of
I
beyond comfort or discomfort.
yes,
Anyway.
and then you finish the form, and then all your aches and pains come back straight away. And it's like all of those things that are, because you can't live in that state.
Well, I definitely can't.
No.
I mean, is it possible? I don't know.
If you had two carers who sort of led you around and did everything for you, perhaps tied your shoelaces, or
Yeah, you'd be pretty dysfunctional.
yeah. I've never actually had I think you've had more luxury of this than I have, actually, to spend personal time with a high-level meditator in their normal life, which I've known them in the teaching sphere or something like that, but never really sort of hang out at their house or whatever. I wonder how functional they are.
Yeah, not very.
Okay, so it's they're not highly efficient. And
well, I mean, maybe they could be, but they're at least the ones that I've been around have people to help them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Seems like that would be required. There's the disciples, right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's what they're needed for.
Totally. Yeah, definitely. So in say like the 8 limbs of yoga or the Eightfold Path, they go through the limbs, and the last one is samadhi.
Yep.
And the goal is samadhi. Samadhi is the fruit.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's the same in the 13 energies of Tai Chi. The last one is Zhongting.
Is that right? Is it? This is something that's always interested me. Those the 13. Are you talking about the list of the levels?
Yeah, like no. I mean
not
like
that.
I mean like Peng Lu Jian Zhai Wei Jiao Gao, forward, back, left, right.
Because there's that other list, isn't there, for like the skills or the levels of Yang family or something?
Yeah, that's 13 as well. Yeah.
I've never really seen a complete list of what those
because
are.
no one has.
Is that right? Is it?
It's lost.
It's not just something I've not encountered.
No, it's lost.
Right,
it's one of those like myths that's probably true, but it's like a list that was on Jianhao's wall.
Right,
that's the idea.
Yes.
And then someone talked about it and whatever. But the first level was
someone painted over it.
The first level was Jin.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is already
most people think that's the stuff, and it definitely isn't. But yeah, it
takes a lot of work to get to that place,
does.
right?
So the first level is Jin. Yeah, I mean, it's meant to be, immortal Buddha is like the last level or whatever.
Right, okay.
It's, they become spiritual levels, yeah.
Okay, so then maybe to start to conclude all this, actually, is I hope this has been all right, just sort of rambling around and picking your brains and pulling these ideas out. It's always interesting to get someone who's very good at a topic or very good at their subject to try to sort of draw it out. I find it very interesting asking people to try and draw it out in a way that works for everybody that's
You're good at it. You draw more out of me than anyone else. So.
Try and give it a go, and also trying to trying to put myself in the shoes of people at different stages of development as well. But it might be quite nice to sort of pull it into that connection of spiritual work and the art itself.
Yeah.
So maybe, I mean, could you define what is spiritual?
Well, spiritual means of spirit.
Right. So,
or of soul or whatever, like of the inner life, I guess.
So is it spiritual to have crystals? Well, that's what people define it as.
I guess they do, yeah.
So if it is not directly trying to attain is the wrong word, isn't it? That's already a contradiction. Maybe. Realize spirit. That is what you consider spiritual work.
Yes.
Right, and everything up until then is trying to maybe get the conditions or causes in place to find.
Well, maybe it is. Maybe it isn't.
In which case, the crystals could help.
So let's say if your work is just to become healthy, well, it's not spiritual work.
Yeah.
If it's to get skill in the astral sphere,
yes,
it's not spiritual work.
No.
If it's to have power over others, it's not spiritual work. Spiritual work is just to realize, the divinity within. Let's say.
So what is the bridge then? Or there's a few topics here we could pull apart, isn't it? So what is the bridge between Tai Chi and spiritual work in the most direct sense of realizing spirit?
I can definitely talk about that, yep.
And also then, I'll throw this in as well, maybe you could weave this in. How far do you have to get into Tai Chi before that is applicable to give you the realization of spirit? Because we're not talking 5 minutes here.
I think it's a long, slow path.
It's definitely not a sudden realization thing. Is it like some talk about instant spiritual attainment? Or
I don't believe in that. I believe in sudden realization from gradual work.
There's always somebody.
I bet they gradually worked in a past life.
Yeah, okay, yeah. 20 lives later, they suddenly realized that after something fell on their head.
Yeah. I think it's always gradual creates sudden. There are the moment sudden.
Yeah.
The path leading up to the moment is long. You suddenly land at the door, but it was a long drive.
Buying lots of lottery tickets over 20 years to
Right.
suddenly become a millionaire.
Right.
Yeah.
So the first question was, how does it bridge? Okay, so the bridge is twofold. I would say the bridge is chi,
Yeah.
literally a bridge in from the material mind and body sphere inwards towards the spiritual sphere.
Ah, yeah. So that's interesting. In jumping, sorry to interject, jumping into Chinese medicine.
It's not interjecting. This is
There's
your
a
gig.
term called the spiritual pivot.
Okay.
The spiritual pivot, and the Ling Shu, and there's a whole Chinese medicine classic named after it. There's lots of people will have different ideas of what this sort of magical or spiritual pivot is. But to me, it's chi. That is the pivot that exists between the physical and the other realm, in spirit. Yeah. Yeah.
It is. Quite literally and physically.
Yeah.
Physically.
Physical. Yeah.
Yeah. Meaning real, manifest, not physical as in matter, but real. You could say energy is physical.
Yes.
It's not physical, but it's real.
It's tangible.
Tangible.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think that's the bridge in. But the doorway is Zhongding.
Okay.
So the combination between the bridge in and the stillness created via Zhongding allows penetration through to the divinity within. That's how I think it works.
Is it fair to say then, without Zhongding, because the chi is not in harmony, shall we say?
Yep.
It creates manifestations of yin yang, which is movement.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's just power or energy or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But it can't penetrate. It can only go through the past, penetrate through stillness.
Okay, sure.
Right?
Yes.
The mysterious pass or whatever. So that's the Zhongding. But to get to that pass, and even through the pass, is through chi.
Sounds like you need a lot of chi.
Yes.
Yes. How big is chi? How big is the container? That's the question. One little particle of chi. How big are we talking? It's a while, isn't it?
It takes a long time, and I sometimes think about it quantitatively, but I think it's equally qualitative, and it's both. Yeah.
But definitely within as you know, the Neigong traditions, they talk about it in a very quantitative way often, don't they? I was quite surprised how quantitative they spoke about it years ago when I started to go into Neigong. I was surprised, actually. The volume they talk about it is very specific, whereas previously, outside of Neigong traditions, it had been talked about as something that was just there, that you had to find.
This is something that I think differentiates my Tai Chi from almost everybody else's.
Okay, yeah.
I'm sure not yours. Most Tai Chi people are learning qualitative aspects of their natural Chi.
Yeah,
right?
Their innate Chi.
Yeah. But my system is not that. It's building.
Yes.
It's increasing the amount and the quality. And I think if you don't increase the amount, you can't get the said goal.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that completely. I mean,
But that's cultivation versus martial, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's even implied. I mean, the amount of times within Chinese classic they talk about everything being a container. The implication being a container needs to contain something. It needs to be
the body
filled.
The body is the container.
Yes, the clay pot, the space in the house.
Yeah, I mean it's
whatever. Yeah.
So correcting the container is the first years of work.
And is this your Tai Chi creature? I think you call it.
The creature is the container.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So the container has to be open and so that you can put something in it and balanced. Yeah, so it doesn't leak.
Yes.
And all that.
So the leakages you would equate with the lack of harmonization, I suppose, in some ways. I guess there's also some ways that's actually literal leakages, isn't there?
No, I think it's literal, yeah.
You think it's literal?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's in usage, it's literal.
Yep.
Like the power, not the jin.
Yep.
The power, the energy, leaks out where you have, what do they call it in the classics? Hollows and protrusions. Yeah. And I also think it's leaks, like a leak in a boat.
Right.
Yeah, both.
So you're trying to fill it up, but it's leaking.
Yes. And you've got to try to take out the leaks as much as you can.
Yeah.
And hopefully be filling up quicker than it's leaking.
Yes.
And then the stillness increases that, and it's sort of a cycle or something like that.
Yeah, and the reality of it is that even the most, I mean, talented is a weird word, isn't it? How far does talent ever go? But the most talented or capable practitioner is going to take a long time to fill. Like, it's not
Totally.
a fast process.
Totally. No,
Gong Fu time and effort is
it's real.
an absolute.
You can be. I mean, I. A lot of people say, "Oh, talent's not important. Only hard work's important." I don't buy that even one iota.
Okay, you think talent is important?
Super.
Okay, yeah.
I don't mean people that aren't talented that hard work won't get fruit. They will. It will still improve their life. They'll still get so much fruit.
Yes.
But if everyone trained basketball hard,
Yep.
they're not all going to be Michael Jordan.
No.
It's the talent times by
And the height.
or whatever. That innate.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah.
The talent combined with the work
Yeah,
creates the greatness. So, to be the next Yang Wuchan or whatever,
Totally.
you would need talent and the work.
Yeah. Okay.
But getting the amount of qi is purely work. I don't think it has much to do with talent.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think makes a difference in talent? Could you define some of that, perhaps? Because it's not the same kind of talent as a physical art.
No,
is
no.
it? It's
I think talent
something else.
is something like intelligence, not intellect. Yeah. Like a deep intelligence of your body, maybe of the qi,
Right. Okay.
something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Ability to realize law.
Okay. Yeah. Causative laws.
Yeah, like
Universal laws.
real
Yeah.
law, universal law.
Yes. Not the ones gradually encroaching on us.
No.
None of those ones.
And, sort of the profound attention would be talent.
Okay. Yeah.
Like people's attention is not equal. Some people
No.
can't pay attention.
And it frustrates the hell out of me. It's such a difficult thing. How do you explain or teach or whatever? Like,
Attention.
be attentive.
Well, if they
know,
can't,
it's-
they should do something else.
Really? You think so?
Well, they can't succeed if you can't be attentive.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. What should they do?
Exercise and go in the sun and,
Sure. Yeah.
have a fulfilling life and like do push-ups and eat good food and
Yeah. Yeah.
have sex and have kids.
Right.
Yeah, I think that
Fair
they should have a normal, like, good life. Go to church or something.
Yeah. Taiji, any of these arts, Taiji, Qigong, Neigong, whatever, like, takes a lot of time. And it is, if it's not moving in that direction and you can't find some kind of personal benefit, I guess, along that route, it is a strange endeavor.
I just don't think,
like,
just because it was good for me or because I like it,
yes.
doesn't mean it's good for everyone or that it's better than something that somebody else likes.
Yeah, sure.
Like, they should just do what they makes them fulfilled. And it won't be very fulfilling if you don't have attention because it won't work. You can't build any qi.
It's true.
Attention is the key.
It's true. Teaching Qigong, and like most people can get a certain degree of the qi building up inside the body, but there are some that just, it
Can't
doesn't
get
matter
any.
what you do. You can't get anything. Can't even get it started. They can't get the process going because of that. Again, they can't go inside, is what I always say, but no attentiveness. No.
Well, I talk about it's like the health
see,
of the
my
body
Yeah,
married with attention.
yeah, sure.
That marriage creates the child, which is qi.
Right, okay.
And if they don't have those two, they're not going to produce much.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, on that positive note.
But trying to get both of those will improve your life. I mean,
Yeah,
it's all
totally.
good. I don't mean to be negative about it, but
No, and there's definitely benefits to be had along the way in other formats as well with regards to your joint health and
it's all good.
interest and stuff like this as
I always think it's
Yeah.
funny when I see those videos of like the guy with no legs on the skateboard and stuff like that, and everyone's praising them and everything.
Yes.
And yeah, sure, they're amazing, but to me, they're not very wise. Like, pursue something intellectual, my friend, or something with your upper body.
Yeah, sure.
Like, why would you do the thing that's just not suitable?
Yeah, okay.
It seems like a poor decision making to me.
Yeah. When I was growing up, there was always makes me laugh. There was a martial arts teacher in my town, and I had a similar view that had one arm. It was stopped at his elbow like this. Now, the best thing, aside from anything to do with like sparring or blocking or anything like this, he taught the bow staff. That's what the bow staff. And people always think I'm lying when I say this, but he was a bow staff specialist.
He must have been very strong in one arm.
Yes, yeah, I shouldn't mock it really, but it did seem like a strange decision to me.
Personally, if I
At least
felt
a
like
one-handed weapon, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if I felt like I was just failing, I would just do something else.
Yeah, sure, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because it's not like one thing is better than everything else. It's just not true.
No, and even if you're interested in spiritual stuff, there's multiple ways.
Exactly.
It's not
exactly, yeah. And outside of the spiritual, which for most people it is.
Yes.
Yeah. Like there are so many things in life that can be fulfilling. I mean, it doesn't matter. Just because I like this one, it's the best one. I just don't think that's true at all.
Okay. Well, I think that's true. Thank you for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you.
And I'm going to go away and find videos of people with no legs skateboarding because I didn't know such a thing existed.
It's because I used to skate, so sometimes I look at skateboarding and I get some weird stuff. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go check it out. Right. Well, thank you very much. It's been great having you here. Another couple of weeks of practice. That flew by. This was fast.
Very quick 3 weeks. Very quick.
Was it 3 weeks?
Yeah.
My God, it did go fast then.
It's crazy.
I enjoy this. Like a couple of times a year, really, isn't it? That we sort of meet up and practice together.
I enjoy it a lot. It's a rare thing.
Yeah, and the company is fantastic, but also even the benefit of just practicing with someone who's very, very capable around is a boon. It's great.
I get so much out of it.
Bounce off each other while you're doing it. Yeah,
it's more than the two parts. You know that thing.
Yes,
it really is. It's more.
And then we